y'all? We mobbing on a Monday. It was Mother's Day weekend. Had a very nice weekend. I went to see the new Planet of the Apes movies with my boys and my family. It was nice. The movie was super long, and I was mad, but it was alright. I gave it a 6 out of 10 because one, it was just too long, but it was alright. I think I was just more so happy to have my children with me and my husband and my stepson, and yeah. And then why is my nose sounding like that? My husband been on me making me sick. He's been battling allergies for all week and been up in my face all week, and I'm like, why my nose sounding like that? Yeah, Mother's Day weekend, cleaned house, you know. I pray that you guys all had an amazing Mother's Day weekend. Your mothers out there, whether they're here or not, hopefully you have somebody to honor and cherish, maybe it's mother, auntie, grandma, whoever, godmama, whoever. Everybody has some type of mother figure in their life, so shout out to the moms. I love being a mom. Yeah. It's Monday. Let's get into it. At least 11 dead in a Mother's Day weekend shooting across the country. That's foul. That ain't how you supposed to be spending Mother's Day. Illinois students hire a bagpiper to follow school principal around in a noisy senior prank. That's a funny prank. He can't help himself. Trump under fire for bringing a registered sex offender on stage. Who was that guy? It was some conservatives are calling out Donald Trump on Saturday brought a man who once pled guilty to charges of sexual misconduct and sex with an underage prostitute. Trump spoke at a rally in New Jersey, and the former president was criticized for mistaking Beijing for Taiwan, as well as slurring his words. But the next day, some of the internet are talking about Trump brought on stage. I just wanted to say I grew up Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. Former football player Lawrence Taylor said from stage on Saturday, he would not have to worry about nobody in my family ever voting Democrat again. Taylor, a Hall of Fame linebacker who played for the New York Giants, also had a checkered legal past. Yeah, I mean, if you are going to support Trump, you know they about to dig up some dirt on you. Pass or not. People keep celebrating their birthdays at Costco. Here's how they're doing it. Don't really care. Woman says she's trying to sleep with men of as many different nationalities as possible. A lot of people do that. She is not breaking the glass ceiling with that one. Meghan Markle proudly calls Nigeria her new country. I'm sure her second home country. I'm sure she made lots of people mad at that one. Let me switch over because the app was already acting crazy. So yeah, this was going on this weekend. Social media users are collectively blocking celebrities. If you silent on Gaza, they blocking you. Really block them all anyway. Thomas Jefferson University that's apologizing after the names of some graduates were unrecognizably pronounced at their commencement. Yeah, this went viral. That lady ate them names up. Listen, I get that lady a pass because I'm terrible with names myself. I will butcher. I barely get these words out. So I would butcher any name. Darn it, you're getting on my nerves. Okay. In 1968, missing person cases finally put to rest after authorities were able to positively identify remains that were discovered nearly 40 years ago at a beach in St. Augustine. Nature's Light show could continue into Tuesday. President Biden enlists A-lister George Clooney and Julia Roberts for a fundraiser, and Miss USA resignations exposed turmoil. Okay, so yeah, some people could see the Northern Lights this weekend. House Senator J.D. Vance, a potential vice presidential contender, said Sunday that he would totally plan to accept the presidential election results if the election is free and fair. That's the only person that would really make Trump seem sane. The season's first major wildfires have spread to roughly 19,000 acres in West Canada. Y'all know what that means. Smoky season. And you conspiracy theorists know that the blacking that sun. Jerry Seinfeld met with a wave of boos Sunday when he spoke at Duke University. At least 7 people have been killed in a spate of weekend across Georgia, Florida, Ohio. Just talked about that. I don't know why this is funny. Because this dude used to be on Sopranos. So Steve Buscemi was walking in New York last week when someone punched him in broad daylight out on Manhattan Street. I mean, I hated him in a lot of shows, too. He was in Boardwalk Empire. I mean, I ain't saying punch the man, but it is some actors you just be like, but no, he's alive, so saddened that happened to him. It's a shame, shall I say. I'm not saddened. Idaho emergency room doctor connected adventure singing to ex of the avalanche killed this dude. I don't know why y'all trying to make these big words. Long before Calvin Klein and Abercrombie Fitch and commercial, there was these dudes on Madison Avenue. And extreme heat events become more frequent in the United States. Data shows that poorest Americans will be at risk. You don't really need data for that. I'm just saying. Georgia mother was fatally mauled by dogs who attacked her and her children on Thursday, just days before Mother's Day. Dang it. Alright, let's see what I liked on this crazy app. I don't think I liked too many things. It hasn't been anything worth liking. So this lady here was being sentenced to life in prison after she killed her 24-year-old boyfriend while they had rough sex on meth.
Sentenced as follows. At this time, given all the factors that I have to consider, it's the decision of this court and the judgment of the law that Mr. Business be sentenced as follows. As to in 22 CF 363, count 1, that's the first degree intentional homicide as a repeater. It's a Class A felony. We're going to impose life imprisonment without the possibility of extended supervision. I believe that's appropriate in light of the findings that I've already made. As far as count 2, mutilation of a corpse as a repeater, Class F felony, I'm going to adopt the recommendation of the pre-sentence investigation writer, 7.5 years of initial confinement followed by 4 years of extended supervision. That'll be consecutive to count 1. As far as count 3, third degree sexual assault as a repeater, Class G felony. I'm going to impose 3 years of initial confinement followed by 4 years of extended supervision. That will be consecutive to...
Moral of the story is that during rough sex while they were both high on crystal meth, she strangled him to death, cut off his head. As far as the revocation cases... She strangled him to death, cut off his head, and removed his organs. When she was arrested, she told police they would have fun trying to find his organs. Man, that meth was strong. These idiots playing with fire. Used gasoline to set something on fire and literally almost burned down their whole neighborhood. It kept getting worse and worse. So this couple were in therapy because this guy refuses to work. He's eating and sleeping on her dime. He has multiple children from previous relationships he doesn't support. Why is this marriage worth saving? Don't sound like it to me.
Where my anger began.
Erica hasn't lost anywhere near as much as I have lost. I have children from a previous marriage that are much older. Their mother and I have a very toxic situation.
And how often do you see them?
I see them during the summer.
But not regularly.
We live in different states.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So my focus has not been that of someone who is willing to put my wife, my child, and my other responsibilities second in my priorities to the pursuit of wealth, the pursuit of financial gain. Because for me, my time and the time that I spend with my child, the time that I spend with my wife is more important to me than working 70 hours a week, as you do.
What's happening to you when you're listening to Sean right now?
My temperature is actually going up. Actually, my palms are sweating. To be honest with you.
Because what's happening? Well, there's probably a bunch of stuff going on there.
I'm just disconnecting with this conversation. To be honest with you.
Try to locate what's happening to you listening to
I'm
Sean.
so frustrated. I feel like he downplays the true sacrifices that I have been making. Sean, you see how my parents live? Come from shit. So, for me to have come out of that, I did have to put a lot of energies and efforts towards being successful. So, don't sit there and downplay them. Like, it's almost like a pedestal. Like, I hate his pedestal talk. I don't want to put such an emphasis on working or career accomplishments because I see the greater good in having relationships with people. Well, that doesn't pay a motherfucking bill. I've had to work goddamn hard, Sean. Goddamn hard. And I feel like he just... He doesn't get it. He doesn't get the level of sacrifice.
Girl, your palms are sweaty because you needed to slap him and that therapist and get up out of there. For real. Alright, let's see what else is on these internets. Oh, my apps are just all over the place and I don't know why. Cent response to a Christian Combs diss track. Why would Christian Combs try to diss 50 Cent? Because that's just too funny. I feel so threatened by things Christian is saying on this record. I'm afraid for my life. Please don't hurt me, guys. I never mentioned or posted anything about Puffy's kids because Keith D said he killed Tupac. Y'all know 50 Cent is crazy, and I'm not playing this diss track. Let's see what the comments are saying. Talking gangster when you've never been outside is crazy. At this point, I'm about to drop my diss track against Sally Mae, right? I'm about to draw my diss track against the IRS. So he basically told Homeland Security to double back and get the other house on the Star Island that they miss. First of all, stay in the child's place. Poor baby don't know he about to end his career before he even started. It's like, you try to throw... You think you who told you you had that much clout to go up against 50? I don't think anybody's won against him, honestly. But that's funny. That is very funny. Was the silliest reason you didn't date anyone? Somebody said we had one charger at the moment and I needed to charge badly. Her phone was 88%, mine was 3. She asked me to wait a little bit till her phone got to 100. That's all I needed to know. I mean, look, man. If we just met, why I'm giving you my charger? You don't know where she gotta go. Trump vows to deport students spreading extremist talk when he's president. Trump just saying anything at this point. He just saying anything at this point. Let's see what's on TMZ. I haven't been on there in a long time. Beverly Housewives is getting a divorce. Not shocking. Mark Wahlberg made a Mother's Day post. Olivia Munn underwent a hysterectomy, froze her eggs for more kids. Julia Fox loving the celibate life, 2.5 years without sex. I mean, if I slept with Kanye, I'd probably go that long without sex, if not longer. Kim Kardashian, she had her son's birthday party this weekend. Rihanna also, baby, turned 2 years old this weekend. That was all over the internet. Cindy Crawford survivor's guilt when her brother died. Her dad always wanted a boy. Okay, Cindy, but you still here though, girl. Tom Brady said Happy Mother's Day to his baby mamas. Anita Baker canceled her Mother's Day concert, and she had aunties and mothers in shambles. They was very upset. That New York City belt attacker turns himself in. He wouldn't have been able to walk the streets of New York again anyway. He pretty much put a belt around a lady's neck and sexually assaulted her in between cars. But them people hunted him down. They hunted him all the way down. Evander Holyfield chasing a car by overzealous fan. Who is chasing Evander? A mom in Florida sister, it is Mother's Day, not Grandmother's Day. Baby, I don't know what you're talking about, because my mom is the queen of my heart. And she is a grandmother and a mother. What the heck is going on? Kingdom of Planet of the Apes makes noise at the box office. These numbers are bananas. I mean, y'all fooled me with these pictures, but I'm not going to give away no spoilers in case somebody wants to see it. Meghan McCain said she'd never go back to The View. Thank you. I don't even watch The View anymore, but she was one of the reasons why I stopped. She was getting on my nerves on that show. Alright. Let's just get into these. Kimura said she was also embarrassed that Aoki was out there with that older man. But Kimura, what morals have you taught this child? She also said she thought she was set up by paparazzi, but maybe she got the paparazzi. Did you ever think about that, Kimura? Alright, let's see what Reddit's talking about. What traits do men look for in women for serious relationships after 30? Someone who adds more peace than chaos. All y'all men want peace, and y'all the main one with the chaos. Somebody who is at their core kind. So sounds good. Someone who doesn't increase the amount of stress. I used to think a suitable partner had to have the same interests and same taste in music, art, yada yada. Several relationships with girls who liked the same bands that I did abandoned that way of thinking and instead looked for kindness. I met my wife and immediately was taken aback. But I came to realize that the most thing important to me, of course, is willingness to show interest. My wife lets me tell her about my hobbies and passion, and she really listens and asks questions, and I return the same interest in hers. Now we both expanded each other's horizons, and my life is richer for it. Amazing. What would happen to society in the world if sex caused pain instead of pleasure and humans only did it begrudgingly to keep the species alive? There's still some sickos out there that would do it, but we did not have this many people. Somebody said pop music would be very different. The horny would have to be stronger than the pain, otherwise there's no human. Yeah, horniness would have to outweigh that. Female ducks have corkscrew cloacas with sometimes multiple false entries to prevent from being raped, and male ducks evolve corkscrew penises in step with them. Certain species of slugs impregnate another by stabbing themselves straight through the flesh of a uterus. I think no amount of discomfort will stop a living organism from reproducing. Well, there you have it. Science. What's a mistake that ended up benefiting you? You call that blessed or dumb luck? Got my current job because the other guy showed up almost an hour late to his interview. My boss actually told me that we have very similar qualifications, but he had more experience in that field. But they ended up going with me because they deemed him unreliable. Well, they're lucked up. I mean, I just had Best Buy deliver a new TV and paid to have my old one heavy unmounted and moved to another room, but didn't pay to have the new one mounted because it was another $250 for 11 minutes worth of work. Delivery folks unmounted the old one, moved it to the other room and mounted it, then mounted the new one before wrapping it up. Looked in their paper going, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, man, enjoy your TVs. Don't you love that kind of stuff? Back in 1996, I was in Miami with my family, and a day we were supposed to come back, and we overslept, missed our flight to Atlanta. That flight, well, it exploded, not even 15 minutes. That's being blessed for sure. That's almost scary. That's like Final Destination. Mom sent me the local Albertsons to get dish soap. Keep in mind, this is back when they did video rental. I go to the aisle with the dish soap. My mom sent me with just enough money to buy dish soap. I was like 12. Anyway, I get to the cash register and they ring up the soap, but the price isn't what it is on the shelf, and I'm worried because I'm not sure I have enough. So I say something and they check. Since their system rang up the wrong store policy that I didn't know, means it's free. So now I have dish soap giving me the manager myself money. So I decided I was going to prank my mom. I went and rented a movie. Fun times. Those are the fun times about being a kid, ain't it? Let's get into it. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for grading my daughter for how she acted at Mother's Day breakfast? My husband's 32 and I'm 32. I have a daughter who's 12 as well as a 10-year-old. I'm going to tell you now, 12-year-olds, 10 to 15, those years are a nightmare. So this is just not shocking. I'm going to skip past this to see what the girl doing. Mia is unfortunately going through preteen mean girl phase right now. We have tried everything, but she's still acting out. Mia made comments as soon as she saw Dudley, asking why he was wearing something so ugly. She asked him if he was shopping in the clothes in the dark, yada yada. At this point, I told Mia to get up and told her we needed to speak. She got up and went to the car and told her knocked off. She told me no. After some argument, we went back and finished our food, and then we drove home. When we got home, I told my husband we needed to speak. Anyway, this is typical behavior for 12-year-olds, man. But you wasn't wrong for grounding her, little bad butt. My wife has applied to be a surrogate without my knowledge. My wife is 31, walks up to me 35 this morning and proceeds to tell me that she applied and was approved to be a surrogate mother. We've been married for 2 years together. We have 2 kids of our own, have been trying for a third. She's a stay-at-home mom. I provide for the family. I'm clearly agitated by the situation. I'm not yelling and screaming and mad, but I'm upset. The decision affects our entire family. Not only have we been trying for our own baby, but this is something going to be hard. Listen, she's wrong for not consulting you. Period. I have a family member who did this for money after 2 easy pregnancies. A surrogate pregnancy ended in placenta previous hysterectomy. Yeah, because anything can go wrong. Not the a-hole. Wow, yes, it's a joint decision. Yeah. A lot of craziness going on. Am I the a-hole for leaving my girlfriend after she aborted our baby? I'm 28 and have been with my girlfriend for 4 years. She's only 23. She's only 23. I pay all our bills, only requiring that my girlfriend keep up with the house chores. She has a part-time job where she works 3 days a week as a cashier at a beauty salon. She makes minimum wage and all the money goes to her nails and clothes. I've never minded this. I like when my girlfriend feels pretty. A month ago, we found out she was 6 weeks pregnant. We were both shocked. Didn't make a big effort and immediately told our family in the news. We are renting an apartment, but it's extremely cheap. We way below budget. I was planning to purchase a house within the next year. Unfortunately, I was laid off from my job 2 weeks ago, but honestly, it was not a big deal. Like I said, I've saved enough easily without working for at least a year. The plan obviously was not to wait a year before getting a new job. I immediately started searching again. My girlfriend, however, took the news extremely badly and was even mad at me. She was distant and refused to talk to me because she thought I wasn't taking things seriously. I told her that including the baby was fine and the finances were still good. My girlfriend does not know how much money I made, yada yada. On Thursday, my girlfriend comes into our bedroom sobbing and told me that she thinks she miscarried. I offered to take her to the hospital and she told me her mother was outside and would be taking her. I offered to go with her and she told me that she only wanted to be with her mother. I let them go and tried to keep myself from having a panic attack. When she came home that night, she confirmed that she had a miscarriage and it must have been from stress. We held each other and cried. In the morning, I noticed she was crying again, and she started apologizing and told me that she had aborted our baby. I was shocked and hurt and in disbelief. I told her to get her stuff and leave. She begged me some more very calmly. I pushed her out of my room and closed the door. I heard her crying and moving things around. About an hour later, she left. I haven't spoken to her since. Her sister ended up calling me and telling me I'm a horrible person for kicking her out after going through such a traumatic event. It is not traumatic to me. She told me my girlfriend aborted the baby because she knew we were not financially prepared. I let her sister know that I was not worried about finances. Listen, at the end of the day, she should have told you, but she's only 23, dude. Like, that's really young, and y'all wasn't financially stable. I mean, you don't know what your baby could come out like. Like, anything can happen. Hospital bills are so expensive. Most jobs don't kick in health insurance right away unless you get a decent one. But, yeah, I mean, she was young. Somebody said this was a deeply dysfunctional relationship on all sides. Like, to the point where I suspect the story might be fake since it's hit so many Reddit cliches, and it's good that it's over. Could be, you never know. I hate to say it, but she did have my favor in some ways. There was zero trust in the relationship, and being tied down to a mooch who saw him only as an ATM for life is a good way to go. Well, there you have it. They really wasn't meant for each other. That's for sure. Alright, let's get into these story times. What I got.
And we're going to talk about how I came from this to this. First, I do want to thank you guys so much. Y'all have given me the courage, the strength to feel more confident into doing videos like this, to not feel scared or afraid or ashamed anymore. You guys really are amazing and the best. Thank you so much for liking, following, and sharing me. You guys are amazing. I love y'all. Alright, now back to the story. So, we're gonna put two and two together, but this is how we're gonna explain it. Okay? So, Jenny and Gerald. Not necessarily all there, but he came into Jenny's room one morning, early in the morning. I guess Gerald wasn't having a very good day or whatever, and so he decided to take it out on Jenny. And so he came and kicked Jenny's door down and went in her room and started choking the shit out of her, saying, I'm gonna fucking kill you, for literally no reason. And after that, then out and wakes up in the living room naked.
Well, this was a terrible story time. And the animation, just, wow.
Yeah, it's Mother's Day weekend. Yeah. They doing a Mother's Day rant. I ain't doing no Mother's Day rant. I'm waiting in the morning for them kids to come around with these gifts. And we gonna see what I got. Because if my gift short, your birthday gift will be eliminated. I'm not doing no playing. I done work fingers past the bone. They nubs. No. I done hustled and caught felonies, getting food stamps, everything. No, I want my gift. I want my gift. 365 days. I done got phone calls. I done got texts. Mama, can you send me? Mama, can you give me? Can you loan me? I ain't even got my money back. I want my Mother's Day gift. No. I'm mother of the century. What? When it come to mine, no. I get called 2 and 3 in the morning. Mama, can you pick up my car? I'm about to go to jail. I can't even get my beauty slip to be functional for my patients. No. Mother's Day come, I take it real seriously. You let these kids, you let one of mine. Don't bring no gift. I don't want nothing. Don't bring them ugly ass, handmade ass fucking cards. No, I don't want none of them. I want a gift. Because ever since 14, I got all my kids. All my kids doing something. I done raised them. No baby daddy. No. I want my gift. I can't wait until 8 o'clock in the morning. Matter of fact, my back gonna be straight. Let them have step. I got 3 kids. I want 3 individual gifts. All that coming together, combining gifts. I ain't combined. No. Everything I did, it was individually. I individually spit y'all out. I individually want my stuff.
Listen, she's standing on business, but I feel her. I mean, but my boys always come through, but it is scary. Mother's Day is so, because your kids should appreciate you all the time, don't get me wrong, but, like, Mother's Day is just so, like, are they going to forget? Are they going to show you anything? Are they going to do anything? Like, it's wild, but, yeah. She did end up giving her gifts. She did get her gifts.
No, I'm trying to clean up the house. It's not a big deal. So, Nicole, hurry up. Who you talking to? Oh, I'm trying to put my coat in the closet. Who you trying to get in the closet? My coat. You telling your... I was just trying to put my coat in the closet real quick. Move. I was just trying to put my coat... What are you doing? Move. I'm just trying to put my coat in the closet. What? Move. There's no need for you to go in there. I'm trying to put my coat in. Who are you talking to? Nobody. I'm trying to put my coat in here. You are not talking to no coat. Move. I told you I was talking to myself, telling me to hurry up and put my coat in the closet. I'm trying to clean up the house. Move. No, I'm trying to clean up the house. It's not a big deal. So why are you gardening in? Because I'm trying to put my coat in here. Go relax. Move. Go relax. Who are you talking to? Myself. You telling yourself to get in the closet? No, put my coat in the closet. Put my coat in the closet. You play too much. What do you mean? I told you there was nothing in there. I'm trying to put my coat in there. So why are you acting like there's somebody in here? I never said there was somebody in there. You talking to somebody like it is? No, I'm not. No, I'm trying to...
She play all day, because my husband would have, like, tossed me out the way, okay? My husband don't play like that.
Story time about how the guy that I was dating for almost a year is married and she was stalking and harassing me since August of 2023. Let's go. Buckle up because this is a journey and I promise I know I'm stupid and naive. I've already gone through those emotions and cried about it. Please, I don't need to hear it a million times in the comments. I know. Okay. So I met this guy at my gym a couple years ago, actually. I'm a personal trainer, and we just had casual conversation. Obviously, I talked to a lot of people in the gym since I work there, and very short, sweet conversation a couple years ago when I was dating my child's father. Nothing crazy. We have been following each other on Instagram since then, and then after I had my son, obviously, you know, I'm a single mom. I went through my pregnancy alone. I was single for about a year and a half after breaking up with my child's father. So I
I got flowers one day at the gym, and it said to Coach Kate. I was like, oh my God. So I posted on my Instagram, asked who the flowers are from. He sent me a message and said that it was him. I was like, that's very sweet. And he was making very sweet gestures from there. And then he asked me on a date. This was at the end of June last year. We went on a couple dates. Everything was amazing. I'm a lover girl, and he honestly was such an amazing guy. We had a great time every time we went on dates. Like, it was just magical fairy tale. He told me he was divorced, and he told me he had 2 kids. And we did have all the conversations of, are you sure you are ready for a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And we clicked so well so fast that I didn't really think anything of it. Until one day we were at a dessert spot. We were sitting outside. It was late at night, and she pulls up. I had already found out who she was because I did my research on him, even like before our second date. So I already knew her name and everything. And I knew that it was her when she walked up on us, so I just walked away. And of course he followed after me. I literally drove away, and he followed after me, and she was trying to talk to him and tell me that they're still married and all this, and I was like, but he was coming after me, so I was like, what is going on? Obviously that caused issues, and then he confessed to me that they were still legally married and going through the divorce. So I was like, okay, like, you can date while you're separated. The laws are different in every state. So when you're separated but you have kids, you have to be separated for a year where we live. If you have children, like, you have to be legally separated for 1 year before you can even file for divorce. I have a lot of friends and family who have gone through divorce, so I know a lot about the process. So I was like, okay. And just at the time, all of the signs pointed to that he was actually getting divorced and that he wanted to be with me. She popped up on us at like 3 different occasions. And the 3rd occasion, she actually sat down. She came to when we were eating at a diner, and she sat down next to me. Yo, I was boiling. We're going to get to all of that later. But she came and sat down next to me while we were at the diner eating. And really it was just talking to him. And also, too, he told her right then and there, like, we are getting divorced. What are you doing? And I'm sitting right there. I didn't even say anything. I just let them have their conversation. I had my food. I was like... But anyways... He told her right then and there, like, why are you doing this? We're getting divorced. Like, stop. I have explanations for certain things, so stay tuned for those. She was with the yeah, but. Like, okay, there's no yeah, but. If you're getting divorced, you're getting divorced. Leave it alone, move on. I can't tell somebody how to feel. I know that's got to be something really, really hard to go through. So I understood her actions, the pulling up, all that. But after she left the diner, we're sitting there continuing our food. Like, we're sitting there continuing our time, and he was apologetic, whatever. I get a call from one of my clients. And my client's like, hey, I just got a message from so-and-so. A long message with photo attachments of mine and his car together, of letters that I've written him, and like a couple of different things. And her basically saying that I'm breaking up their family. Please convince your friend to leave him alone. Like a whole long spiel about how they're high school sweethearts. And that, first of all, they're not high school sweethearts. Let me just interject. They're not high school sweethearts. They grew up in different states. How are you high school sweethearts but you met in the army? Anyways, yeah, just a whole spiel. And she sent it to my clients, to my mom, my dad, my brother, and my son's dad. At this point, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, let me reiterate. I know I'm stupid for not leaving him in those moments. Please don't comment and tell me that, because I've already gone through those emotions. Like, I promise. I know that I'm really dumb for that. But I love hard and fast, and I was blinded by those positive emotions. Anyways, moving on. So I stayed through that. And there was still the reaching out to my parents and everything after that. But the thing that happened recently... So me and him actually went on vacation. We went on a couples trip. It was 3 couples, 2 of my friends, couples, and then me and him. I went with my friends, and he ended up coming a day after. And it was super last minute trip, super last minute. So we are out of the country, okay? We're out of the country. On my flight home, I land, and I get a text from my dad. Hey, have you talked to so-and-so, which is the guy that I was dating? And I was like, why? Because we were on different flights, because we came at different times. He was like, his wife came to our house. While I'm out of the country, why are you going to my parents' house like we're in middle school? Why are you going to my parents' house? Anyways, she goes to my parents' house, hits their mailbox, and then tries to talk to my dad and tells me to not post him on social media. That was it for me, because at this point, we have been together for over 9 months,
And there's no reason that she should still be acting this way unless you're feeding her something and not actually getting divorced. So that for me was ick, disgusting, bye. Because you're now showing up to my parents' house. She's come to my apartment before. She knows where I live. She knows where my parents live. And I could deal with the other things because that didn't bother me at all. But you're now getting like so many other parties involved, and that's not okay. And what did you think was gonna come of that, of you going to my parents' house while I'm out of the country and can't do anything about it? But anyways, she's still messaging my dad because she's mad that I've been talking about it on social media, and I've left him alone. Like, I want absolutely nothing to do with him and that craziness at all. I should have been left it alone. I don't know what they have going on, if they choose to stay together or not. That's really none of my business at this point because I'm disgusted. I've removed every single trace of him from my social media, but she still keeps going. And so I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. But according to him, she really cares about her image. So really the biggest goal for her with all of this was for me to not be posting anything on social media, but obviously that backfired.
Alright, she was driving crazy, but girl, you asked for it. Once you seen that he got a crazy whatever situation, there ain't enough love in the world. I think you just, sometimes people get in this competition where I'm taking her away from, he's choosing me over her, and you won nothing. You come out double negative, and your parents got a messed up mailbox.
Y'all keep asking for updates.
Okay, so this was super funny, so let's play the first one first.
Imagine thinking you in another city and you can creep in peace. And I find you. And it ain't no coincidence that you park right there in front of that door. I will knock on every door out here until I find you. You put your trust in a nigga, stupid hoe. How you figure he won't fuck your best friend and your sister? A lie to ya, or then screw ya, or get mad if his homeboy screw ya. Or he's a nigga, don't let him fool ya. They all dogs, that's what they do. Say you put a stop to the shit they do and get your own shit, that's what you do. And don't worry about him or his shoes, man. You make him sweat dust on your shit. And you ride by music high as hell too. He's watching you, lusting with his bitch you. Smile at him, nod at him, keep riding. You see him later, cause you ain't gonna do it. Imagine thinking you.
So she caught her husband at a hotel, and then this is her part 2.
Y'all keep asking for updates. So. They said they want an update. On TikTok. How you like it? You have fun?
I'll never do that again.
Look, say cheese. Look excited.
This lady's really insane, but she put her husband in the hospital, and yeah. He got the right one with her.
Imagine you got shit on when you first find out that bitch you was rocking with.
Let's talk about it. One of my very first heartbreaks was with one of my childhood best friends. We're in our early 20s, and I know that it's like the friendship was over because I told my mom what happened, and she was like, Jania, you cannot be friends with her anymore. So this was someone who was a little bit self-conscious about things. She was a little bit boy crazy, but I was like, yeah, so was I at the time. Anyway, it's her birthday. She comes to visit me in DC, and she's with 2 friends. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to plan the whole weekend. I'm going to make all the reservations. It's going to be such a fun weekend. Like, everything's booked. Just have to show up. Her 2 friends were not really down to go out with us that night, and I was like, that's weird, because her birthday was at midnight. It's kind of weird that they ditched, and she was upset about it, but I was like, you know what, we don't even need them. Like, we don't need them. You and I are gonna have the most amazing night, like, whatever, let's just go out. So we go out to a club, and it's one of my favorite spots. We check our coats, and I'm determined to make sure that she has a good night. I'm like, I am, like, on it.
I get us drinks. I find guys to buy drinks for us. Like, the music is good. I'm requesting songs to the DJ. I'm, like, working the dance floor. Like, I'm, like, getting girls to dance with us. Like, I'm doing it. And then, maybe it's like 2-3 hours later, it was a very, very fun night. One of the guys that I, like, casually, like, you know, grab him and I'm, like, spin him over so they can dance together. They're, like, getting a little flirty. They're kissing. And I'm like, oh, my God, like, I did it again. Another perfect birthday. Whatever. I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, hey, I'll be right back. Like, keep dancing with him. Like, I'll be right back. Go to the bathroom, come back out, and I see her walking up the stairs, leaving the club. And I'm like, that can't be right. And so I'm looking, I'm like, oh, she probably texted me a bunch. She probably couldn't find me. She probably thought that I was outside. She's going to go get me. No. So I'm holding my phone, watching her leave with the guy. And I actually just left the club. And then 10 minutes later, she texts me, hey, I think I'm actually going to head out. Mind you, it's 4 a.m. We're both pretty drunk, and she just left me at this club. So I call an Uber and get myself home, but I was like, you couldn't have waited? Like, you couldn't have waited 5 minutes for me to get to the bathroom, get my coat, and then just leave at the same time as you guys? I don't need to go with you. But the fact that you were so chill about leaving me at a club without even saying bye on your birthday was insane. And then the next day she was like so apologetic. She was like, sorry, I was just really, really drunk. And I was like, I was also really drunk and I would have never done that to you. But I still spent the rest of the weekend with her like a good friend. And then after that, I told her I was never going to talk to her again. Blocked.
Never leave your girlfriend behind. And I will never leave you guys behind. I pray you have an amazing week and you get a smaller behind, unless you want a big donkey booty. Listen, y'all have an amazing week. We'll be back tomorrow. Ciao.